Oh shit, here we go again.
You know what time it is, and if you don't, who cares? My name is I Make Mad Beats, and we are live from outer space, an unapologetic studio. This is another episode of Type Beat, a producer podcast. Behind me is some random people who showed up. They will be my cast for today. I will allow them to introduce themselves.
LJ1S, what up?
Unique, period.
C major.
Daylight.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, we got a new addition to the squad for today. Usually it's LJ that does this moment. He's usually like, yo, wait a minute. There's somebody else here.
Applause.
Shout it out. So, because it's LJ that should do that.
I bet. So, you know, so the homie kid is out of town today. You know, doing his thing. Salute to him.
I did not say talk about kids.
Started over again.
This shit running back.
Yeah.
Man, so we got the homie Daylight here with us today, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, introduce yourself. You know who you are, where you from, what you do.
Of course, yeah. I go by Daylight. I'm a producer, engineer. Born and raised Brooklyn, Brownsville. You already know what's going on. Yeah. We out here in Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
Type shit.
Something like.
Some light.
So like.
Right?
Yeah.
Yo, you bring any bacon, egg, and cheeses with you? You got some of
Don't do that
The
to
chopped
me.
cheese, right?
I
Wait.
Not too
need
much
one of
now.
those. I need me fiending.
Yeah.
And that's facts. The breakfast menu
Come on,
in
man.
New York
Sick.
is just amazing.
Sick,
Them
man.
deli
Bro, we just
breakfast
got,
sandwiches, bro.
Yeah.
we just got it like that.
It's
Yeah.
facts.
Sick, bro. Any time of the day. No matter what time, I'm getting one of them. It
Yeah.
don't matter.
This is amazing.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I love it.
Indeed. Hey, yo, Lucky, say what up right quick.
Coming in with a piece of slice. Period.
Hey, Nikita.
Oh,
Like, you right, you go right there. We got Lucky in the building. Y'all know what it is.
she got 1 foot.
1 foot in the building.
She got 1 foot in the
I
door.
like that.
She got one foot in the door. But that's all it takes. Hey, that'll preach right there. 1 foot in the door is all it takes.
That's all. That's
That's
it.
a sermon.
Change your life.
I was trying to show love.
Oh my God.
Indeed. So we missing kid, but we got a new kid on the block. Daylight in the building, representing from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Man, it's gonna be a great episode. Daylight, man, what you doing here, bro? Why you in there?
Oh man, I just walked here, like
Come on. Straight
How
from
long
the
was that
street.
walk, bro? That's a
Man, what?
minute, right?
Nah, it wasn't even that crazy for you, what I'm saying?
Not for me, maybe for you.
I'm like,
I don't know if you on my level. But,
Talk to him.
I get on his level.
Talk to him.
oh man, but yeah, we out here, doing a little apprenticeship out here in Memphis, powered by Google, Urban Arts. What's going on. We here to learn. We here to have some fun. We're here to see the people, the community, everything, man.
Get some food.
Come on.
Oh, hold on. Central Barbecue.
There you go.
That's what
I
you
gotta give that to y'all.
Okay.
Hold on.
I have a difference of opinion, Dan.
He got the right item there. So I know he got the jerk wing. He got the right one.
Bro, that's the only thing I eat.
He's speaking facts.
That's the only thing
I
Let him
let
cook.
up off of
Let
it.
him cook.
Don't let them cook, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Absolutely.
Shout out to them, man.
Yeah. And so now you've been here for 28 hours.
Oh, we counting? Okay.
28 hours.
And then 67 seconds.
And so we had to have you on Type Beat, Producer Engineer Podcast, because you were producer engineer. We got some topics to discuss.
Yeah. Man, being that the homie Daylight here, I wanted to take a turn, and really give out some advice, some things that I feel like could have helped me coming up. So I'm asking the team, asking the squad, like, what's the best and worst producer engineer advice you've received throughout your career?
Man, off the top of my head, man.
Hold on. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wait.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
Keep that.
Yeah.
I forgot to engage with the rules.
Yeah,
Okay.
My bad. I forgot to set. This is how it goes down. Everybody watching, everybody listening, we will stop saying whatever we're saying to engage with you and your ideas. So feel free to hop in the chat, the comment section on Facebook, the chat on YouTube and Twitch. All three of those platforms, we're live right now. And engage with us, disagree with us, tell us we saying cap, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is. And we will absolutely engage with your comments.
You can pull up too if you want hands.
Don't do that.
You can. We're gonna drop the address
Hey,
in the chat.
Unique probably got like real life stalkers.
Look, boy.
Hit us up in the comments. Comments only. Keep it civil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so the best and worst advice, producer engineer advice you received throughout your career. Man, another one is ear fatigue, fact or fiction. And, hold on now, here we go. We starting off. All right, and the last one, man, just is competition really a thing in the music industry? But yeah, so let's start with the best and worst advice you received throughout your career as a producer, engineer, or even as a songwriter.
Man, so like what we were saying right off the top of my head, right?
Yeah.
Man, I had to say the worst one was, man, at this point, if he watching, but
Hey, it is what it is.
man, one of my professors done told me about learning about like how does a
You
bus
gotta see
work.
him next week.
They gonna show up to class.
What's that shit you was talking about?
You finna fail this question.
Went down to Memphis and started talking shit, huh?
Yeah.
You already have a D on the
Period.
test next week.
Do you want to F?
About these fisticuffs.
Man, but it was one of them things where we was learning about how a bus work, right? Like the aux sends and all that. Man, why would you explain it to me like it's a water hose going through a thing? He gonna say, yeah, you know, if you plug it in on this one, it come out of this hose, and then the water gonna sprinkle out, right? Mind you, I'm in the back of that class, like, bro, what is you talking about? And then after class, I'm just like, yo, don't a bus just go this way? And if everybody in the bus, they go that way, right? Like,
you have to teach the damn teacher.
I'm like, man. That was probably the worst. That was the worst way I could have learned.
He just sound analogy challenged. He might know what he's doing. He's just not good at the analogy part. You know what I'm saying?
Man, why you cook them? No.
You know, this is for educational purposes. You know what I'm
The
saying?
fact that he approached that man after the lesson like, hey, bro, hold on.
Garden.
You sure you're the professor here?
He got that answer from ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's crazy.
That's
I mean,
interesting.
hold on. What software was he talking about?
Logic.
He's talking about Logic? Man, nah.
Like, I don't know.
Let's see where his logic is.
Low blow.
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to. It's a lot of good advice I get, but all right, the worst piece of advice I got as a producer, ever was I had a producer that I looked up to, who's done some pretty cool things. But when I was like very early into producing, I used to sample. I still sample a lot, but he told me to stop sampling. Period. And I get what he was saying. He was a very like money focused producer, which you can sample and make money too. But I get where he was coming from. It's just the clearance process, the money and all of that deal. But to tell somebody to not sample, for one, there's just many ways you can sample. To tell somebody to not sample, it kind of cuts off a huge arm of creativity. And if I would have listened to him, that could have been crazy. But I didn't listen to him. I chopped the record as soon as he left.
I chopped his records.
That's right.
When his vinyl collection and chopped them shit.
But for a minute though, I was like really subconscious about sampling and playing. Like I would still sample beats, but I wouldn't play them to people that I would shop beats for. I would be in studios.
That's interesting.
And if it was a rapper that I knew was signed to a label or would potentially this would be like a big placement or whatever, I wouldn't play any sample beats. I would play all original beats. And at that time I didn't have the texture knowledge to really make those sound the way I wanted to. And so I was really playing or was hooping with like one of my arms tied behind my back. Yeah. And my best arm is like I was hooping with my left hand when I need to be going crazy.
Right.
This is, and so that was probably the worst advice I could have got. But
yeah, that's definitely been a period on some like not when you're trying to transition to the business world of this, you definitely hear that a lot. Don't sample, and then they tell you who to sample or whatever, or where to get your samples. And I think a weird thing that comes with just that in general is other producers that like really hang their hats on not sampling and will feel away because you're sampling. It's like, do you like the record, bro? Like, does it sound good? Is like, I don't think artists, unless they already in a situation, I don't think they really pay attention to if this is a sample or not. Like, initially it's like, bro, how does this make me feel? Does this inspire me? Can I do something with this? Like, I don't think folks be like, man, this is dope, but let's.
And I think it's so many examples of good and bad. Like this, the process of sampling, it can be tedious, and it can get people caught up. But even the bad stories I hear, from my perspective, I can understand if I'm like 20 years and I got plaques and all of this shit. But to hear somebody be like, oh yeah, I sold 1 billion records and then Bon Jovi came after me for it. That sound cool as fuck to me.
No,
I know it's legal, it's lawsuits and money lost and shit like that. But for a record to get that big,
that's what I'm saying. And I feel like if you
those are good problems. I don't know. Those are problems that I wouldn't.
I wouldn't mind, especially if you like just starting off. Like, bro, if you sample something and it goes crazy, goes viral, or whatever, like especially in this day and age, goes viral and the artist looks for you, like, then okay, you can build leverage, like you can build off of that. Exactly.
Do it the right way.
Exactly. Like, but then I just like you can make content off of like, man, I sampled this record and they took all the pub or whatever. Like, it's so many ways you can go about that now to help build your brand versus just be like, because again, that was a period for me. Like, I used to listen to that like, nah, don't sample, bro, and like, yeah, the beats and stuff were cool, but like you were saying, I didn't understand textures and stuff like that. So everything I was making, I'm like, bro, this shit sound weak as hell. This shit so basic. Like,
shit sound stock as hell.
Man.
Soulja Boy as hell. Soulja Boy head in the studio.
Dang. Man, I'd say some of the worst advice that I had ever received was, everybody wants trap music. Everybody wants 808s. And like, if a beat doesn't have 808s in it, it's not knocking. And then I get around, producers like y'all and find out that it's not the 808
I
that
only
makes it
use
not.
808s.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
No, but like I still use them, but it's like it's other ways to make your kicks knock. You know what I'm saying? And it's other drums that you can use, that don't require an 808 to even be used. You can just use a nice bass and still give that good feel.
Yeah, facts.
But some of the best advice that I got was actually from Mad, and that was to don't worry about the timing. Just create. And I'm always a stickler for the metronome. Like I've always like I'm always trying to stay on the metronome.
Quantize
and it's like,
everything.
Yeah, quantitizing, and I'm just like, fuck that. Like, what's like, how does it feel? Like, if it feels good, like, that's how you know you got a good rhythm. You know what I'm saying? And even with, like, you become your own metronome when you practice with it. And that's some amazing advice that I've gotten. Now my beats have elevated.
That was a promo for the joke.
Man, what?
Shot a commercial.
Hit me up, man.
Man, I would say the worst advice, and this was like when I first was starting off. Of course, I'm taking advantage of all the information on YouTube and everything like that, and everyone like, yeah, man, you cut all the low end out of, if it's not a kick or a bass, like cut all the low end out of this and that, and I used to wonder why my like songs, the end product was not feeling full. You know, you cutting all of it out, and you know how you got to learn how to create the space for the kick and the bass, the 808. But like everything, you don't have to like high pass everything, bro. Like I used to just drastically cut, bro.
That was Eric King.
Man, for real, like for real. And like once I learned that shit, I'm like, come on, bro. Like I've been lied to for years. But it took a while for my ears to adjust and really like compare stuff that I was creating versus stuff that I was like really fucking with and listening to. But yeah, I would say that was the worst.
Bruh, I was Eric Hill's like champion, bruh, until I seen Mad mix we was mixing Waves for Santeria. Yeah. And he put the Pultec filter on the sample, and I was like, it's different ways to do this. Oh, that's why you roll off. Okay, bro. Eric Hill was straight murder. It doesn't do what it say it do for sure.
Facts.
But it's different ways to do it.
Yeah, that was definitely the worst advice I've received in the engineering space. It took me a minute to actually realize what the fuck was going on. Yeah. Because and I think because of the artists that I was working with, like, they loved it, you know, but I had to realize they don't know what they shit's supposed to sound like neither. And it took a minute.
I was gonna say, Mad, you know, I know you've been around real niggas for a long ass time, but I'm saying, like, when you was back at Quad, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Man,
no, I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that. Look, shout out to Quad. But no, like,
legendary spots.
But no, like, what's some of the best and worst advice that you've ever received being an engineer / producer / artist?
Man, I'll say Man, I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I have like 1,000 examples of great advice. And I honestly don't have many examples of not so great advice. But I'll try to name one from each way. I'll start with the good advice, man. I gotta say, man, it's too much. There's too many things from a lot of wise people, man. Big shout out to everybody whoever challenged me in a way that made me uncomfortable, because that's when I got better. But honestly, man, I'll reach for what seems the most recent, man. Which was from my guy Calvin Barnes. And this was just as a producer. You know, I started off making beats sample heavy, and then I got really into designing sound that I played and making it sound like a sample. I'm really big on something sounding like I got it from somewhere else, even if I got it from me. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up buying a whole bunch of equipment to like really get tube saturation and all of that stuff that I played to make it sound good. I have real instruments now. And in that journey, you know, I remember talking to my man Calvin Barnes, and, you know, one of my favorite things to happen in music is when, like, you know, let's just say you're in the scale of C minor. I love it when you can play chords from that scale, but one or two chords in there are not in that scale. Right? Like, to me, that's when you're, like, going in a straight line, and then you just take a quick tangent, and then you come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And doing that, I love how that feels, you know? So I was having a conversation with him, like, you know, Calvin is a brilliant pianist. I said, yo, how do you know when and how to do that, you know? And then he told me, he said, man, you just have to know where you're going, right? And if you know where you're going, then you can kind of freestyle how you get there.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember when he first told me that, I was just like, all right, this is some ambiguous, like, pianist stuff that I can't convert into anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to walk away from this and still not know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? But when I really started to play more, I realized the truth in what he was saying, and he was right. Like, you can break the rules if the rules feel like they're headed in the direction you're going, right? So if you're trying to get to the fifth, you can hit some half note above that, below that, and throw a crazy chord in there just because that half note is going to feel like you're sliding into the fifth, right?
Yeah.
And that's where you can get creative with diminished chords, dominant chords, making up chords. They ain't got no name, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was just a case of like, and I feel like I see this too, because a lot of young people will come to me and ask me for advice. And I'll tell them something that I know is the answer, but I can see it doesn't click for them yet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then a year later they come back, yo, man, remember when you told me this? Yo, I get it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I felt when Calvin told me that. I came back to him like a year later, I was like, bro, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't ready for it, but now I totally understand.
Yeah.
You know, and that definitely changed my production. So that would be, big shout out to Calvin, man. That would be my current, like, the one I'm most excited about advice. Worst. They never loved us. All right, worst. Let's see. Okay. Let's do this. There was an engineer at Quad who was like he was just really known for like mixing modern stuff at the time. You know what I'm saying? Recording and mixing modern stuff, you know. And one day, you know, I was playing the beats and he was just like, yo, man, like, where are you getting these drums from, bro? You know what I'm saying? I was like, these are like drum breaks. You know what I'm saying? I get them from like drum break collections, sometimes right off vinyl, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, you got to let go of that, bro.
That's
wow.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, I understand, like, you grew up, you like Gangstar.
Wow.
And he was just like, you you got to. He was selling me the idea of at the time. The irony of it was that at the time, a lot of drums people were using were coming straight off that Triton, that motif, right? The ES series motif, just you know what I'm saying. Essentially, drums that were already 24-bit, 48K, crispy, right? And he was just saying that breaks are, just something of the past, or it just goes too much into trying to make it sound good when you could just start with great sounding drums. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest, man. Like, I was just like C Mage. Like, I didn't respond to that at all. I totally was like, all right, kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool and all, but I'm just keep chopping these breaks. Now to be fair, this was like, we're leaving like the Lil Jon era. You know what I'm saying? And everything was, you leaving Snap, you leaving all of that. You know what I'm saying? This is what's happening commercially at the time. You know what I'm saying? So contextually, I understand what he was saying. But all I'm gonna say is this: when TDE surfaced, I wish I still had a relationship with that guy. I wish I could be like, hey, bro. Remember you were saying this?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Biggest rapper in the globe. You know what I'm saying? Is using breaks half his album. And so that's why I love, and then Mixed by Ali, and his love for mixing breaks and showing you how to do it. I just really wanted to reconnect with that engineer and be like, hey, bro, say that one more time. You know what I'm saying?
What's that shit?
You know what I'm saying?
What's that shit?
I got a break for you.
That would be about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking some of what pops to mind when I think of like real helpful information. I think it was a conversation I had with you, man. Like it was some years ago when I was trying to figure out how you get your vocals to sit in the mix. And you were talking about like just the proper way of side chaining. Bro, that changed the game for me. Cause I was struggling. It was either it was buried in the mix or it was just too fucking loud. Like, but again, the artists I was working with, they didn't understand the science behind it. So like, in artists be like, yeah, I hear myself clear, bro. This sounds great. But me personally, I'm like, nah, this doesn't feel like it should feel. What I'm hearing. You bugging. What I'm hearing. Comparing it to the stuff that I'm listening to at the time, I'm like, bro, nah, it's something else that I'm missing. And I believe I had a conversation with you and you was like just breaking the science down of it. I'm like, bro, yeah, that was definitely some of the best advice I've received in my career.
Thank you, man. Like that's something, to be quite honest, like if there was a list of like name 5 mixing qualities of an amateur mixer.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be like somewhere in the top 3. It's gonna be like, where are the vocals? Where's the lead vocal? Not the vocals.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where's the lead vocals? Right? And amateurs often to attain clarity, they will just put it where it's just clearly on top of the beat, where nothing can threaten it. Right? Intermediate to higher than intermediate mixers know how to put a vocal in the mix and still keep it unthreatened by the other things happening. And that is not as simple as you would think it is. And then like whatever is below amateur is I can't tell what bro even saying. You know what I'm saying? That means I don't even know if you have a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is you just messing around.
You just out here. I agree with that. I think another one just to piggyback over that is like the low end.
Absolutely.
Or too much high end like bro, it's ear piercing type of shit.
Yeah. But I feel like my best jam came from Mad too. On some engineering shit. I feel like a while back when I first started bringing mix, like I had like reverb on everything, bro. And Mad was like, if everything has reverb, nothing has reverb.
Bro, no, facts.
Yeah.
Gotta learn that contrast. Yeah, that's real.
But I applied that to like everything too. Like I didn't like. Of course, that makes sense for reverb and shit like that. But also other shit. Like every time I mix, I'm thinking like, what am I doing the most and why? And so now it just gave me like everything I'm putting on the channel needs to have a purpose.
Yeah,
kind of
facts,
deal.
facts.
So
I feel that.
that like shifted my mixing.
Yeah, that was even to go back to the side chaining vocals, bro. I started learning how to like side chain the vocals on the reverb and everything, like, and it changed. And it gives you that clarity that you're looking for without doing too much. Like you said, you have to know how to do it. You can't just throw an EQ on and be like, all right, this is it. It's a science to the madness for sure.
All right, first of all, really quick, Ariane shouted you out, darling. You know what I'm saying? She tapped in, checking in
Aw.
on you. You know what I'm saying? Secondarily, because we got Young Daylight in the building,
Period.
and LJ is clearly here to help the youth. You know what I'm saying? Man, given the context of what we're talking about, man, you got any questions? You got any curiosities about some of these ideas? We were glad. I mean, usually you have access to me, but now you got access to a whole squad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you got?
Damn, you really sidechain vocals, bro? Like like.
I'm telling you,
Helps.
it changed how you view mixing. Like, because again, when you first starting off, you just be like, man, let me just turn it. You think let me just turn it up. Let me just turn the vocals up. But then again, so what I do when I make a song or whatever, I always like create some sort of playlist, and I see what comes before, like how it sounds after a song that I fuck with, then before the next song, and that helped me a lot because it's a clear like, nah, these vocals are too fucking loud, you know. Yeah, bro, side chaining your vocals.
And it's specific side chain.
Yeah.
It's not just like you're side chaining in a specific frequency.
Yep.
And most of the time, just the middle. Like, not the stereo with.
Yeah, but like you can get super like advanced with it because, again, you start learning how to side chain your parallel compression and stuff like that. You learn to take out what you don't need and use only what you want. You know.
Yeah.
And side chaining is a big factor in there. And I think to take it another level, when you learn how to side chain just the mid and the sides, like when I learned about mid side compression, bro, I kind of went OD when I first learned it because I put that shit on everything. And facts.
Man,
on
I was just thinking that.
I put it on everything. And then again, I think when you're young and you're starting this, you're just excited about the knowledge that you're learning.
Yeah.
So you just try it on everything, and you realize over time, like, all right, okay, I kind of did too much. Because again, you still have your references that you're listening to. I still put in the playlist. And I'm like, these drums ain't hitting the way it needs to hit. And a lot of times I'm side chaining too much in certain frequencies or whatever. Like the pads ain't feeling the way it's supposed to. So yeah, it's like you said, like C Major was saying, like learning the frequencies that the vocals live and stuff like that. It changes the mixing for you, bro. Like it's a game changer for sure.
My lead vocal is probably the thing, I don't know, I've been working on for the longest. You know what I'm saying? And that sounds like, I'm just going to say this, like, my lead vocal has sounded really good for a long time, but I keep finding ways to make it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? A little bit sharper, a little bit, I just keep, with every mix, I'm just like, getting better.
Man, yeah.
I'm getting better at this, And, for me, it's like, because of things like the loudness wars and, all of these different dynamic issues, you're trying to figure out how to really get something to sit in it, right? And you're trying to, come on, man. You're trying to figure out how to get the vocal to sit in the mix, you know what I mean? Yeah. And have the vocal not necessarily add to the dynamic range.
Right, yep.
Right? Because, and then, but when you do that, when you go in the trees, how do you make sure you're clear in the trees, right? And that's a thing I've been working on for years, man. And, I'm glad C Mage brought it up, like, because I don't think people truly know how surgical you can get with sidechain compression. I think the dance community, people associate sidechain compression with this, that kick.
But
There are many approaches to this. You know what I'm saying? That can help you. And I'll be honest, like a lot of times, even with that, like I'm mixing without that.
Yeah.
I'm doing my best to use the stereo field, to use levels, to use EQ, to get everything as in its own lane as possible. Then I'll flick that on.
Right, that's
you
the
know
extra,
what I'm saying?
you know?
And then it's just like, boom. Now it's almost like an acapella. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
that clear. You know what I'm saying? Man, I would love to show you some of these techniques.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I you know, I remember maybe like 6 or so months ago, I just took it to the next level, and I was able to draw it. You know what I'm saying? And when I can draw it, I know it. Like when I can draw a thing, it's like I know this inside and out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we can take up the rest of the time talking about this. I'm gonna fall back.
No, I get super surgical, bro. I done sat right here and watched, bro, like really carve into some vocals.
No deal.
Come on, bro. I said pause, bro. Let's move on.
God, I
bro.
said, man, something that I wish I would have learned or someone gave me like some real advice about when I first started was ear fatigue, bro. Like, man, like
Okay.
yeah, man,
Alright.
like I wish someone would have like
Keeping score. There's one.
kind of.
Chad,
I wish
post a
someone would
score
have
in
kind
the
of
chat.
schooled me on that, man. Because again, when you first starting off, you're just excited about the fact that you're creating. And I know for me, I used to, man, just go just for hours just creating and mixing or whatever because I was excited. I'm learning new things. And I'm not thinking about the fact like over time your ears it wears down. And you got to figure out your balance and like take breaks to allow your ears to refresh. Like it's a muscle still, like everything else. You can't
Red on the beat, what up, homie?
you can't overdo it. And I've had several sessions where I'm working on something all night and I come back in the morning. I'm like, bro, this shit sounds trash. Like what the fuck was I doing?
This many hours on it.
Man. I'll be like that, but like ear fatigue is a real thing, man. And I really wish someone would have told me about that early. And then not just ear fatigue in itself, but like ways to avoid that or kind of help you stay in the flow state of things. Is like mixing, at a low volume and stuff like that. It's super important because again, when I first started off, bro, everything was loud as hell, and I would think like, oh yeah, this is dope just because it's loud. But it's like, nah, you're not truly hearing. What you're working on. So ear fatigue is necessary to understand that and find ways to, again, give yourself a break.
I feel like Unique called cap on that though.
Yeah, I did. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like
That's disrespect, LJ. That's real disrespect, bro.
it.
I think y'all had to just go ahead and discuss
Me
because
personally.
I feel like if it's loud, it
I
ain't
just need to
it.
scrap it up. Who got the glove?
Hey, no, for real, because there are people that like mix loud as hell and they be.
Damn right. No, I'm just playing. No, but for real though, I feel that 100%. Like I even feel like that, like vocally producing, like you can put too many vocals in something and just drown out the whole thing, and not even leave space for the music to come through, unless you are trying to purposely be the instrument and the voice at the same time.
Yeah. I feel like, we talk about mixing techniques. One of the things that was very interesting about the last conversation we just had about, learning new techniques, like LJ said, and then you just kind of go ham on it, right? Like that's something you have to do.
Yeah.
Like you have to, every time you get a new tool, you have to learn what it's good for, and then you also have to learn its limitations.
Yeah.
You have to learn what it's not good for. All right, I got this surgical knife. Yes, it works when I'm cutting some cloth. It does not chop down a tree though.
Right.
I got to roll up on the tree.
It's over with.
Like, all right, this is not a good tool
ain't
for
it.
this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you as a person are the same way, right? I always say, like, you have to know your machine, right? And so beneath all of these techniques of like, ooh, sidechain this, EQ that, compress this, blah, 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 right? What's beneath all of that is a machine that makes decisions.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
That decision-making machine of what to do has to always be considered,
That's right.
right? Is the machine to make decisions running optimally, or is it barely struggling along,
Yeah.
and you just reaching for random techniques you saw in a YouTube video,
Yeah.
but your actual decision-making process is not great.
Yeah.
And so you need cameras on the tools, and you also need cameras on the decision-making machine.
Yeah.
And that is being aware of yourself.
Yep.
It is ear fatigue, but it's also just fatigue,
Yeah.
Facts,
Yeah.
right? Because when you're tired, period,
Yeah.
you're not as good at making decisions,
Yes.
right? And so, it's just really being self-aware enough to determine, okay, I'm not making my best decisions. Like sometimes I'll be there. Sometimes and it's tough, particularly when you're like a producer engineer.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of dopamine involved, adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? Like you really, this song is hard. I can't wait till it's done.
what?
People gonna respect me after this. Like, you
New
get
levels.
really excited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of excitement that's pushing you, right? But it's really important to have that gauge of. I know sometimes, bro, it'll be here. I'll be here late, and I'll be like,
Let me pull a decision.
there is nothing I will do right now that I should have any confidence in. I need to.
Yeah.
I need to
man.
go away
Man.
and come back.
That's the hardest part.
That's
bro.
facts.
That is the hardest
that's
part
hard.
when you excited about it.
Yes.
But then also, there are things you can do to mitigate how long it takes to get to that point.
Yeah.
True. True.
Right? Right? And we can sit here and talk about ear fatigue, keeping your volume down low, all of that stuff, right? Also, what's your diet like?
Yeah.
That's
What'd
something
you
people
eat?
don't talk about. Yeah, for real.
Right? Did you consume a lot of sugar? Are you hydrated?
Yeah.
Right? All of these affect you gotta look at yourself as an instrument.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you take care of your instrument or not? And if you don't take care of your instrument,
It won't take it.
it will break sooner than others, than it should,
That's right.
right? If you don't take care of your guitar, if you don't have great strings, it will come out of tune
Yeah.
faster than it maybe it should. Right?
Yeah.
And so you got to really know your instrument. You know what I'm saying? And maybe your ear fatigue with a decent volume, maybe that's a couple hours, right?
Right.
It doesn't have to stay that. You can push that to 5 hours,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? If you take care of your instrument.
And I know as a creative in general, I feel like we all struggle with that, especially early on, like, because I know for me, it was like you said, you're excited, but it's also when you get that mindset, like, man, I'm working. But a lot of times, if you're not taking care of yourself properly, bro, you're just busy because you end up having to correct mistakes that you made when you were tired as hell, just trying to, I'm grinding. Like,
That's a great point. You end up pushing yourself backwards.
yeah.
Facts.
That's a great
Yeah,
point.
and bro, I struggled with that for a while because I would be up like an engineer, bro. You up trying to get that snare right, but you don't realize, like, bro, you're not hearing this properly. Like, you're not making the right decisions, like, bro. And especially once you add that to the fact that you just received or you came up on like some new plugins or new EQs, whatever, bro. I used to throw so much shit on the snare, on just any channel in general, just because I'm like, I bet it don't sound like I want it to sound. This will do it, and you're just excited about the new gear, the new toys that you have. But again, you're making irrational decisions because you're not up to par. You're tired, and you're just trying to push through because, again, that excitement most of the times like overrides that. Or you're hungry. But I know for me, like when you locked in, you don't even realize you're hungry. You don't realize you're dehydrated until you like actually step out of the studio and be like, damn, now you hear your stomach growling. But the music was loud as hell. You wasn't even thinking about that. You wasn't paying attention to the fact that nigga, you ain't drunk nothing in an hour. Like any water, you just here. Just focused in and on some I'm grinding. You again, like you said, you just end up being busy. And it costs you more because now you got to go back and correct mistakes.
They like how often in your career now are you one mixing songs that you didn't produce and two mixing songs that you did produce? Like, are you?
Yeah, this past year has definitely been like the first time I've ever been like like mixing songs and like mixing like other people's like music and stuff like that.
Which
I
do you?
think
Oh, my fault.
no.
I was gonna say, which do you prefer?
I prefer mixing what I make.
Why is that?
Of course.
Man, it's interesting because I've definitely mixed records where they're like, you know, it's like a beat off YouTube, right? And I put it into the session and stuff like that. And for me, it's like, you know, the beat is amazing. It sounds cool, but then when it comes time to like putting everything together, it's like I can't go in one by one and get the
Get
stems.
surgical with it.
Like it's like I gotta treat it as a whole,
Yeah.
you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so when it's like when I did, I'm like, okay, let me go back into the session. Let me adjust some things that clearly are sticking out in this mix.
Man.
So I definitely prefer like my own stuff. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: with the tools that we have now, like
Really quick, LJ, I just want to shout out No Dream Straight Vision says, this is dope to hear the technicality of the engineering aspect. From the mixing techniques down to the perspectives, you all have unique perspectives, especially being the instrument. Dope analogy. Big shout out to being an instrument, aka C major. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can all be instruments, but he claims it more than the rest of us. Show some respect.
And so, being that like the question that C Major asked about mixing your own stuff versus someone else's. With the tools that we have now, like stem separation, does that change your perspective on that?
See, I'm glad you brought that up because when I tried mixing this one record, I put it in and I'm like, let me just try it out, see if I could lower the volume and stuff like that. Problem is though with stem separation, it's missing so much information on each separate track. Like I'll listen to the bass by itself, I'm like, yo, it's like ducking a little bit. It got like a little crunch to it. It's like it was never there.
You're right. He paying attention to it. I love it.
Yeah. Like when I put it in, like I would say maybe the drums is hidden like clean, but it's still not the same when you hear it all together. So I think it's still like, if it gets to a point where it's really good, like then we don't got that problem no more, right? But as of right now, it's still missing that information. Like it just feels too thin. It don't feel like that sound.
And that is correct. You're absolutely right. Like there's a lot of truncation in separation, and you're absolutely right. It doesn't hit the same. You can kind of use that for like a reference kind of thing. Yeah. In a professional mix, even with like the greatest algorithms, and they're all not.
There's some good ones out here.
Yeah, they're all not built the same. There are some that are better than others.
Yeah.
Like, you're just.
Shout out to FL.
Yeah. Wow. Damn, that's crazy.
You think that's the best one?
There are stem separations that aren't even attached to a DAW.
Yeah.
That are higher fidelity than the ones I've seen in DAWs.
Yeah, for like RX,
bro.
I mean, no folks use this shit for like court cases and shit.
Hey, you might be right.
Picking out trains and shit.
You might be
know
right.
Where the crime but nah, I 100% agree, brother. You be missing them fragments and you throw them stems in. Like, why this shit ain't hit no more?
Nah, facts.
Half your drums gone.
You gotta do a lot more work, man. A lot more work, bro. I think. How do y'all feel about?
Hold on.
Yeah,
My fault. Before I did want to say this, while we was talking about fatigue, because I've been fatigued as fuck, and so I've been trying, but I still got like shit to do, right? I still got songs that need to be done. It's not even like I creatively like them and I want them to be done. Like these songs have to be done. And so what I've been like doing to mitigate my fatigue and still get work done is I've been using ChatGPT heavy. Shout out to Matt for putting me on this. Early on, I feel like he did ChatGPT go, and so I watched him like kind of build templates from Chat for production and engineering, and so I've literally been talking to Chat, telling it what the song is. You can't send away from my Chat. You can't send away from through it, and it doesn't analyze it, and so I'm literally telling it what the song is, how it goes, the instruments. I'm sending it a screenshot of my Pro Tools session. It knows all my plugins, so it knows what I have. And then I'm giving it references. And if I don't have references, I ask it for references. Right. And then I pick from those references, hey, I want this vocal to sound like this. I want my drums to sound like this song. I want my guitar. And it literally builds me a template down to the DB and gain reduction I should be looking for and everything. And I've been using that a lot, and it's really been good, bro. And it's a better way for me when I can't trust my ears.
Right.
Same way I do with production. Like I have my template set up. So if I can't trust wherever I'm working, I know this clap is my like center, and so I'm the same way I'm doing it in production. I'm using chat to like help me with mixing. So if I can't trust my ears, I can trust chat to like get me at least in the right direction. But a lot of times that joint is getting me like, oh, this is fire. Like I'm in the game. Like
Man, I think you spoke on something, and this is I know once I started coming around more. Mad talks about this a lot, just creating systems. And like the importance of that and having your templates, because I feel like a lot of, especially when I first started, and I think a lot of young producer engineers feel this way. Like you want to be like, nah, I want to come create from scratch and this and that, but it's learning yourself enough to know like even if you're creating from scratch, you're gonna always use this type of compressor. You're gonna always use this reverb. Like these are your go-tos. So just having that already locked in and set up for you. Yeah. Saves you so much time, bro. Like templates are goated for real.
Love them.
But I feel like it's so many people when you first starting off, you try to stray away from it because it doesn't feel authentic to who you are. You like it ain't adding to the idea or whatever.
It just makes the workload a lot.
It makes it
lighter.
a lot. Yeah, facts.
And when you find something you like why not? That's like it's I remember like I've been watching Lost lately, and I don't know if y'all niggas didn't watch Lost, but Lost is like it's almost on some like it ain't almost it is like some time travel and shit. And the biggest thing with the way they time travel, like most of the time when you travel to the island or you travel through time, a lot of times you do it a couple times, you start to like nosebleed and you die, you have like an aneurysm or something. But the only way to prevent that is to have a constant. You need to have a constant, like you need to have something in both or whatever time zone that you can call or hold on to or talk to that can keep you sane. And so that's my in my template, that's my clap. Like this is my constant. I don't even use it every beat, but I just need it there to compare it to whatever the next clap I'm gonna use or whatever the next snare I'm gonna use. So.
That's right.
Yeah, I think, man, a template is to me the first form, the first version of like referencing measurements. Because that's what we're really talking about here, right? Is like how do we achieve the same or a measurement of something that we liked before, right? And like for me, it's template, but after a while, it's a combination. It's template and reference, right? And so what I mean by that is like, it isn't just like, okay, I know how to make this vocal sound the way I want it to sound based off of a template that I created. It's also like, okay, now that I got it sounding the way I want it to sound, what is the peak in the RMS of that vocal, right? What's the dynamic range of it? Where is it hitting in the RMS? Because to me, like, that's evidence that I did the other stuff right. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I create a repetition or a consistency in a sound, right? Now, that doesn't mean that I go for that every time, right? But what it does mean is that I know where I'm going in a measured way. Yeah. I'm not guessing I got there. Right. I can get there and say, okay, yes, we traveled 346 miles northwest. Right. That means I'm here. Right? And that gives you so much more confidence in your moves, and you can measure. I don't think people like that part of it. You know what I'm saying? They just be like, you just feel it. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to tell you, the Jason Joshuas, right?
It's a number today.
All of these guys that you guys, the Mixed by Ali's, all of these guys you look up to, they're measuring. They're not, and I want to be clear about something. There's a part of that you can let go of as a producer.
Right. Yeah.
As a producer, man, you could be it's clipping, but it
Everything
sounds
clipping,
good.
right. Everything.
That's what's up. But as a mixer, no, you're a mathematician.
Yeah.
You need to be measuring. You know what I'm saying? That's a different. There are different things you need to have specificity in, right? And measuring, like cutting and measuring, is a part of that. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's how I know that I know what I'm doing. I didn't just happen to get a good mix.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing. I'm swinging the same way every time,
Yeah.
and the home run is going to the same place every time.
You can repeat
Yeah.
the process.
Absolutely, and that makes the process repeatable, and that makes me able to guarantee you I can do it. Right?
That's crazy, bro. It sure be mixes like I don't know. They be sounding good, but I be like, I don't know if I can do this again. I don't know how I got here, bro. Try to do this shit again.
It's just measuring,
Yeah.
man. That's it. Like, I mean, that's the thing is like I remember the first time I made a mix where I was just truly proud of it. You know what I'm saying? And like I spent the day afterwards measuring every track channel. I was like, man, how hard is the hi-hat hitting?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pulling up the kick. How loud is the kick? What's the peak? You know, then pulling up tonal balance.
Yep.
Seeing
The goat.
where in the frequency spectrum is the kick hidden. You know what I'm saying? Doing the same thing for stereo imaging. Right? So like pulling up a stereo imager and seeing like, okay, how much is happening out here versus happening right here.
Right.
Right? All the ways you can measure sound. I just went in. I was like, bro, I need to, and it's just like C-May said, like, sometimes when you're not in the greatest environments to listen and make decisions, you can see, wait a minute, this stereo field, the way the spectrum is lining up, this is kind of trash. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably not going to sound good in the whip or whatever, and you can make adjustments.
Man, and adding to that, I was just thinking like the importance of the room that you're in, and how that can change the decisions you make. And a lot of times, if you're not in a treated room or whatever, like you will fool yourself, and you will be like, nah, this shit hidden, and you get do the whip test, and you be like, bro, what the fuck just happened? Like either everything, the balance is off, the reverb's loud as hell, like your shit sound washed out. You be like, bro, what's going on? But like you said, those techniques of being able to measure just the decisions you're making, like it helps you eliminate that factor.
I'll say this too, man. When I start a mix, the first thing, all I'm moving is the volume faders. That's it. I'm not doing nothing else. Right? I'm spending like the first 15 minutes just adjusting the volume of everything, and I get it to a rough mix where it's good, right? I'm going to tell you something, man. This is something that, like, mixing is discipline. Mixing is discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's totally discipline. And I'm going to tell you one of the most overlooked disciplines of mixing. Bruh, every time you tweak that plug-in, hit bypass.
Man, bypass for sure.
Did you need to do that or not?
Facts.
Sometimes you be tweaking and you be like, you keep going. And then you hit bypass and you be like, damn.
Right.
I'm making it sound worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to hit bypass to realize you are no longer helping it, you're hurting it.
You have to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And to have yourself on a leash that way is discipline. Right? To make sure that you're always positively affected. So every time, and I'm not saying I'm perfect with that. I'll definitely get in the zone and just be like,
man, be going. Yeah.
I'm in a different plane right now. I don't even need to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, and then I'll go back and listen to the rough and be like, actually, I rock with the rough.
Man, what? Bro.
And it's just because I wasn't measuring, I wasn't hitting bypass, right? So please bypass after every major adjustment or even minor adjustment. Sure. But just stay disciplined to bypassing and testing out what you're doing. That's a form of measurement.
Yeah. I think a big one, too, when I first started was on some, like, I mixed a lot of stuff like solo, and it's like, bro, you're mixing without the context of the music and everything else around you.
Everything I said is trash. That's the lesson of the day. That's the lesson of the. I'm interrupted.
But I definitely used to solo everything because again, you like there's too much low went on this, but you solo and you take it out and you put it back in, you like something missing, but you're not sure what it is. Again, you mixed in solo. Like, that would save you a lot of fucking time, bro. Like, mixing context, man. Know what you're doing.
It took me like 500 beats to get to that point, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you what got me to that point. Yo, I feel like every producer has been here. Let me know if I'm wilding. Yo, you ever been scrolling through your drums and you find the perfect drums? It could be a drum loop or a kick, snare, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you just scrolling through them drums and you like, yo, these hits is smacking. What? This beat about to be crazy, right? And then you start, adding samples or playing stuff, blah, blah. And at some point, maybe like 20, 30 minutes later, you like, my drum's not even really in.
Bro, it ain't
You
good.
know what I'm saying?
Throw another
Like,
one on there. Throw another.
I swear.
Give me two more.
So you start thinking like, oh, I need some layers on this.
Yeah, bro, what?
Or you start thinking like, oh, now it's time to do that compression stuff that I learned about, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's time to like, I go in and maybe I need to put some crunch on it, some distortion on the drums and get it to blah, blah, blah.
Yo.
And what you're not realizing is just that, first of all, you made a decision about the drums without the context of what you would be putting around the drums.
That's right.
Right? Like music is a community thing. It's not a solo thing.
That's real.
Right? So how things sound will depend on how the other things sound. Right? So when you make singular decisions, you can be led astray very easily. Like that's the easiest way to fall into the trap of like, why doesn't my stuff sound good? It's because you were making it sound good by itself.
Everything
It has
sounds
to sit
good.
next to 100 other different
That's
things.
right.
Like,
That's right.
that's number one. And then number two, and this is kind of on that point, but just the other side of it is like, oh man, my drums don't hit as much. You know what I'm saying? It's like your drums still hit.
Yeah.
You just need space.
Exactly.
You just got to carve space out from the other. This
bro.
is the biggest trick of mine. And it's not even a trick. You know what I'm saying? The biggest trick of mine. People will come to me. Every time we do a show. Every time I do a show, I'm gonna pull up. Some of these beats. Like the way people respond to my drums is insane. You know what I'm saying? And producers will come to me and be like, "Yo, what are you doing to them?" They think it's all the analog equipment. It's the this, it's the that. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, no, I just scooped other stuff out the way. Like,
That's right.
that's it.
I
A
emptied
lot
the
of
whip.
times, I ain't even do nothing to them drums.
I empty the whip.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you just got to know when to get other stuff out of the way. And that's like the biggest trick to me is like making sure the drums are rounded in the music.
Yes.
And then getting the low frequency, all the other stuff out of the way. And you do that, and all of a sudden your drums knock, and people are calling you Dr. Dre, and it's just like, actually, I just got this other stuff out the way, bro. But you tell them that, and they don't believe you.
They don't.
All
Yeah.
right, bro, I see you.
Right. Gatekeep it out here, bro.
What's the plug-in, bro?
Yeah, what's the plug-in, bro? You be
That's
using the plug-ins, they're not, bro. I know.
And that's the thing, like when you start, you think the plugins is what matters. You think that's gonna help. Like, again, they add to it, but they're not the thing. It's the decisions you make with these plugins, knowing when to use these tools, because that's all they are. They're just tools. But if you approach it on some like, oh yeah, the Waves commercial said, the ad said it's gonna do this, and you just throw that joint on there, and you be hella disappointed because they know the sauce, they know the secrets to make that commercial, to make the ad sound good on your phone. Like in your mind, you just like, oh, this plugin is gonna do it for you, and you throw that joint on there, and it does the complete opposite.
I've never experienced that. I've have 6 trillion plugins, bro. I've never. There was one. There was one that was close. Big shout out Teletone Audio. But every other plugin I've ever had could not do all the things it told you it advertised you that it could do. Not singularly, right? Maybe in combination with some other things, right? But no, like a part of advertising a plugin is being a liar. Like it's just Silicon Valley telling you software can do something it can't do. You know what I'm saying? Now but you still learn how to use it and manipulate it in a combination of other things to get the desired result.
I should have never seen no plugin commercial like this plugin does one thing really
No,
good.
facts. No, it tells you it does all this stuff.
That's
one click.
We need to make that. We need to go and be truthful to these folks. Let's make a plugin and let them know what's up. For real.
Right.
The hook is just go, has your drums ever not hit the way you wanted it to?
This plugin does just that. Just nothing else.
For only $500.
A month.
A month.
A month, bro. Bro, speaking of, when you make that statement of a month, it just made me think of subscriptions now, man. Like, how do you feel about subscriptions? Bro, for real, how do you feel about subscriptions, bro? I feel like low-key subscriptions were created
to trigger me.
more so like the younger producer engineers. Because again, I know when I first started, bro, trying to get UAD anything was like, nigga, a whip,
Stack it, bro.
man, like ain't no shortcut around it. So
Hold on, that's facts though. I remember when I first got my UAD stuff, that was like first class on a plane.
bro,
I used to pull up, you remember that?
Yeah.
I used to keep all my UAD just on the
so you can see that shit.
I was like, "Man, this nigga rich. As fuck. This man got Shadow Hill. I don't even need
The
this.
black bike, bro. Like, bro, what we doing?
Why is it got it for no reason? Like, wait, bro.
They really had levels. They really had us believing.
crazy.
I mean, like, yo, dog, your little plugins is cool.
Bro.
I got UAD plugins, bro. We not
And the
on the same
quality
level.
was there. Like,
The
the
quality
quality
was
was
there.
fine,
Messed
yeah.
us up with waves and
Quality-
Nah,
see.
facts. There's definitely a difference for sure.
And the experience was there. Them having their own DSP processor
Yeah, makes a difference.
made a huge difference in the experience of using the plugins. And that's where UAD won, man. They killed it with that, bro.
Yeah, but niggas used to have to save up for a whole year trying to get like, bro, what?
That was a couple mixes.
Man, for real. But that's what I'm saying. So like now that we have the everything is subscription based, bro. Like being that I feel like this is your time. Like, how do you feel about subscriptions?
Man, for me, I would say, as of right now, can I afford $1,000 plugin? Hell no. But the subscription is good for me now. You know, because for me, it's like I didn't know what a LA2A used to do a year ago. I didn't know what 1176 used to do. Right. I get that subscription. I got everything here now.
Yeah.
I get to play around with it. By the time I get to own the actual machine, I'm like, pause. By the time I get to learn the machine, right? Like, yo,
Sorry.
man, like by the time I get to it, right, it's like, okay, I know what to do, right? Like it's like I don't gotta worry about that. And so that's how I feel about the subscriptions. Now there are some subscriptions where it's just like you only gonna give me 2 to 3 things a month. You know what I mean? Like I think that's just like. But specifically UAD Spark, that's been like elevating my mixes for sure. Like I could really just make an entire mix and master straight up like UAD Spark.
Yeah, the thing I love about UAD, and then shout out to that, man, and you're absolutely right. Like, I think that was even the purpose of it was people realizing like there's a whole market for this that are just getting priced out of this world, and if we can create a version of payment that allows these people to opt to be a part of it, we can there's something there, and so when it comes to that, I'm cool with subscriptions. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm being super real, man. I think about this all the time too, and sometimes I be mad at myself. But like, hey, dog, Napster ended the music industry.
Yo.
Right? And at the same time, I don't think I know who Jay Dilla is without Napster.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? The gift and the curse. And Napster gave me access to music from everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about a lot of subscription models. I also think UAD, I think whoever's developing their plugins and their software, they're just a detailed, they're just so dedicated to getting the emulation right.
Yeah.
They love it. They love that.
Yeah. Like they really respect the original machines instead of just making the interface look like it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no sound, shit like it.
Yeah, they really like this, just running it through this plugin gives it a body like this. Even before you twist a knob, because that's what would happen on the actual hardware unit. Right? And I just think that they really respect that.
Yeah, but like you said, on the other end of that, bro, when you got real life going on, them the subscriptions be like, come on, fam. Like you said, you wake up to 14 emails. Thank you for your purchase. Like, bro, again, bro. And I think it's what I'm starting to do now is like really, really go through my subscriptions and if I'm not using it that often, because you would get caught up in like, I need this for right now, but then next thing you know, you've already paid 3 months worth of the subscription. You haven't even used the plugins again. So you like really have to monitor the stuff that you're using and make them adjustments, man. Like you can always get the subscription back.
Yeah, what really grind my gears about subscription,
Bro.
What really grinds my gears about subscriptions is the junks that you pay for it but you're not owning anything. Like
Yeah,
that's what I hate,
that-
bro.
Yo.
Like,
It's like renting it.
yeah, it's like, bro,
Yeah.
why am I paying for Pro Tools for the rest of my life, bro?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Yeah.
And it's gonna keep going back to Pro Tools. But I think we got a perpetual now. I do think there's a perpetual license
They do.
available now.
Yeah.
But for a minute, it was like, all right, bro, we just
every
gonna be paying
month,
for this.
bro. It's like, come on, bro. Now I do love the.
We got Urban Arts and Perpetual, by the way. So
Hey,
Mm.
let's go.
Yo.
Let's go.
That's
But
subscription.
I do love the rent to own model. Like those type of subscriptions, I fucks with
I fuck with
because
Yeah.
it makes you feel like you really getting your money's worth versus man. And I think it
Just
also,
like with Splice. Like, why don't they do that?
bro.
Don't they?
Splice, bro. No, Splice.
No.
Yeah, they have rent to own, like they do.
They have rent to own.
You can buy plugins from
But-
Splice.
but their
rent to
sounds,
own,
though,
but
if-
their sounds, but that wouldn't make sense for Splice because Splice is it's a different type of service. Like if you're going, they added new sounds every
Yeah,
day, every
Bro,
second.
my
and stuff.
main issue with Splice is the fact if you're no longer like subscribed
Yeah,
to them,
that
you
is
can't
fucked
use
Yeah,
your
you can
credits.
access your stuff.
That
That is
that
fucked up.
shit's
You lose all your
crazy, bro.
credits.
It
Which,
just
I guess you just use them all up before you.
That's it.
Yeah,
you have
get
to,
out
but
of
it's
there.
like, bro, come on, man.
Get what you want, use them all up.
I don't be fucking with it, bro. Splice,
I
Splice,
don't know, bro. Splice is too.
Predatory, bro.
I mean, I will never be mad at Splice. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you why. That's like being mad at the cherry on top. Like, that's just like, I don't know. Like, you know, just to have access to all them sounds
Yeah.
like that, you know what I'm saying? And for $8 a month or whatever, you know, maybe I guess I've been doing this long enough to where it's just like, that is just such a wild gift.
Yeah.
That whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever y'all rules is, I don't even care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because that's also that thing too. It's like, you know, hey, I can't come in your house and tell you how to run your house. You know, it's their platform. It's
yeah.
they know the market that they're in, and they know.
Bro, I have stories of hunting down drums.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Good
Like,
drums too.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, you know, you can go back and listen to the stories of things Kanye did to get drums from certain producers. And this is how hard it was back then. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas had to travel and
Yeah, you had to do wild things to get some dope drums. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so just the fact that it's like,
It's right there.
let me type.
oh, let me just go down here and just type in
Yeah.
this and blah, it's open. I'm like, what? Bro, I don't care, man. I don't care, man. I truly don't.
You gotta know what to do with them motherfuckers.
Nah, that's fact. You definitely need to know what to do with them.
Yeah.
My thing, although it is turned to a Splice thing, I have seen like there was a few instances where like because everything's supposed to be royalty free on there, but there has
Supposed
been exactly they say that there are, but they say that there are, but I've definitely seen like situations where someone uses a Splice loop or whatever, and then maybe the producer got signed to a label, and the label like, nah, y'all can't get access to this because we own like.
What?
You mean the creator of the samples?
Yeah. More so like he's the creator signed with someone, a label, and the label was on some like it's been YouTube like copyright infringements like, nah, y'all don't have the rights to this. Yeah. And that's a crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Look, man, drums. You know what I'm saying? Drums. You know, I can't. Look, everybody out there, listen to this. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I get it, man. Like, you know, sometimes it's cool to like, oh, this won't take 10 minutes. It only takes 2 minutes. That's great. We all trying to save time, man. We all trying to save energy. But, man, I'm going to just say this, bro. The greatest way to change the odds in your favor for success and almost anything you do is to do it as thoroughly as possible.
Yes.
If you really care about the molecules, the DNA of something, right? And you learn it down to the molecules and the DNA of something, it's kind of hard to fail, right? People who fail, the people who fail the most are the people who took too short of a shortcut. So you can fail looking for quicker ways to do it.
Yep.
Yep.
It's harder to fail if you just do it right.
Yes.
So even if it takes more time, more energy, more effort, if your goal is to succeed, the greatest way to ensure succeeding is doing it thoroughly right.
Yeah.
Right? Shortcuts will fucking kill you.
Yes.
Right? And then you end up shortcut. And before you know it, you're 53 years old. Like, damn, I should have just did it right the first time.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Still repeating the same.
and you
shit.
said you can still rock at 53. I'm just saying. You know, you wasted a lot of time realizing microwaves can't cook everything.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that about a lot of things. Like, yes, you know, there are a lot of these things that pop up, these services, these things, is that, blah, 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 that say, hey, man, we just made your life a little bit easier. But every time you give somebody that power of being the lane of control for which you receive, look, man, Splice could get a lawsuit and disappear tomorrow.
Yep.
What's up? What you gonna do?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know how to make drums sound good, if you don't know how to either gather instrumentalists or play and create things on your own, you're giving a service your power.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And bro, I care about this way too much. I support my family, my community, my team, all by the things I create. There's no way in hell I could give a company the power to determine what I do and don't do.
How my life moves. Yep.
Hell nah. I would just learn.
That's bro.
Get good.
That's it. That's
Get
it.
good at what you do.
Get good,
That's it. And once you're good at what you do and you know it down to the molecules,
You lit.
bro. Nah, it's important to put the work in, man. It's important to get really good at what the fuck you want to do. And that makes me think of competition, like competing in the music industry in itself. When we're producing it, you know, in this lane, bro, like getting really good at what the fuck you doing, like it helps you stand out.
Cooking, nigga.
It helps you stand out, man.
It made him think about competition.
Yeah, man. I feel like, again, I mean, some people don't like competing. You know, you got some producers and stuff in the world that's, you know, nah, you're just with yourself. But like, let's just be real. If you're really trying to be at the highest level of this, you got niggas that's really fucking amazing at this. And there's no way you're going to get good or get even on their level just by taking shortcuts and not feeling like you have to get better than them in some form of fashion, bro. At least that's my opinion. But like, how do y'all feel about just competition in general in this space in the music world?
Competition is necessary even on a self type of thing. Like, you could be competing with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when it comes to competing with others, like, I feel like if we learn to compete against others, not in a sense of like, oh, I'm trying to shit on you type thing, but no, I'm trying to become a better version of me that could possibly elevate either to your level or higher than you. You know what I'm saying? Unless motherfucker try to shit on you, you know, grab that toilet. Get that toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas just walking around with a toilet on their
Don't
backpack.
do that. But you know what I'm saying? Tissue. But yes. Nah, that's yeah.
That analogy got a little shitty.
You know what I'm saying? Period.
Gonna reel it in, guys.
But yeah, how y'all feeling? Matter of fact, how you feel, Daylight?
Man, I think I share that same sentiment. I think there's a thing about competition that makes you want to just be like, you know, take what you do, right, and the person next to you. It really isn't about like, oh, I'm gonna be better than you. You're never gonna get to this level, right? It's very much just like, okay, like let's do this thing, right? And then from there you take what you can learn from it.
Yes.
It's not really like you don't gotta like, you know, like put
Shit
somebody
on.
down, like you don't
Yeah,
gotta shit
like,
on them for,
fuck what we doing.
but like it's very much like a learning moment,
Right. That's right.
Like,
That's right.
that's how everybody grows. You don't
That's right.
you don't grow by just like making sure like you keep the pedestal, right? Like
That's right.
you can't stay on that forever.
Nah, facts.
Do you have a group they like back home that you did you have a group back home that
You got
you
a
work
squad.
with, a squad, or
Come on,
group of people that you
squad.
work with that challenge you, or y'all challenge each other? Kinda?
Man, I work with a couple people.
Say less.
Okay.
You know what
Shout
I'm saying?
out.
We gonna shout them out.
Shout out Xavier and Diego. You know what I mean?
Hey.
They know what's up. They know what's
Hey.
up,
I was checking
man.
y'all out, man. Y'all got it, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm telling you, we had this whole room going crazy.
Let's go.
I'm gonna say them, yeah. Xavier, X West, man, Diego, man. We've been working on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff I'm excited for.
That's what's
I
up.
also work with Shout Out Loud. That's the group I work with.
Okay.
That's my homegirls.
For sure.
Man, there's special things about working with other people, especially
Yes.
when they bring in different perspectives. Like,
Mhm.
I always every day I'm like, what I be doing, hip hop, R&B, right? But like sometimes it's like you be putting in the room with a whole other like type of sound, and you just like, oh, okay, it's something
Yeah.
new, like and it makes you think about things differently.
Definitely.
But for sure, those that's my people back home.
Man,
For
that's what's
sure.
up, bro. It's great at your age to have
Fact.
For sure.
a group like that
Mm-hmm.
that you can challenge and pull from and sample from. And more than music, like I feel like you can sample ideas and you know, things of that nature. But yeah, that's dope.
No, I think, man, like you said, having a squad, having a team, it's not on some like you were saying, trying to shit on anyone, but having a team that pushes you every day, bro. Every time I come through the studio, when I walk through, somebody's playing something fucking crazy, and I'm like, I bet. It just makes you want to get better at what you do, and like that's the whole that's the foundation of this, just being creative here and just wanting to like pursuing the best version of yourself every day, bro. But then again, you have the unhealthy side of competition from folks that move and compete out of ego
Yes.
and
Yeah.
pride.
Yes.
That's
Envy.
that's shit weak as
That's
hell.
that's where I think competition gets confused. I think that's immaturity.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah,
Very
people,
much
yeah,
so.
yeah.
I think
Very
people
much
are immature and then they do immature,
That's
however you
right.
pronounce it,
Right.
immature things. Competition is a good thing. Like I don't see how
It's
anything
healthy.
thrive without
It's healthy.
competition.
Facts.
I don't see how anything gets better. But competition does not have to be what Unique said. You do not have to defecate on anybody to
Come on, defecate.
Switch
to
up
be
the term
To
there.
get old.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to get deals, trying to get sponsorships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Time for it.
Yeah.
I'm-
Period.
You trying to pop off on threads again?
You know what I'm saying? There you go. I need that 54K bit. There you go.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Man, I think competition looks way different. Like you said, like I come in the studio, I hear LJ playing some crazy, like, and I'm like, bro, I gotta go get in my bag. Like, it just makes me. I'm not finna go turn the niggas like sound off. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I've
bro,
seen
what?
that shit before on the video.
I can't listen to
Crazy.
Yo, that was
Yo, I need studio.
wild.
Let me get the room. I got a session.
Like,
unplugging
that's crazy as hell.
Yo.
Bro, niggas would be fighting.
That's immaturity.
That's crazy.
It
That's
was
somebody that
fight
don't know how to
time,
control
for
his
real,
emotions.
For real. Like, nigga, you gotta square up after that, bro.
But I think that's the root of competition getting a bad rap is people not knowing how to control their emotions.
That's right.
Yeah, I also just don't think though, like, okay, first, C-Mage, everything you just said, I 1,000% agree. But I also feel like there's like, I don't think people, or I think that there is a faction of humanity that just doesn't like the pressure of competition, right?
Especially now.
Yeah, it's like, if you want to be really good at something, I mean, let's just look at sports as an example, right? It's like, if you're on a team with someone, like Steph Curry, right? Like you shoot threes really good, but you're on a team with Steph Curry.
Yeah.
There's a chance people not even gonna realize you shoot threes
Nah,
Facts.
because it's Steph Curry, and Steph Curry's gonna pull up from half court. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people, I think there is this dance of how to like reduce the importance of competition because people don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
People don't like the feeling of like, oh, wait a minute, there's a guy on my team
That's better. Yeah.
who is better than me at this, right? And if I want the attention, if if I'm trying to get the attention that I want, it means I have to get better. And that's going to take some time. Which is more and more instances of him outshining me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Instant
And-
gratification.
Exactly. Right? And I don't think people like the pressure of that steel and steel, that iron and iron. Right? And so I think because of that, people try to use soft ass things to make competition a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Everyone gets the
Right.
participation trophies and shit.
Yeah, but then there are some of us who like that feeling.
Oh yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's some of us like, you know, so and so did 15 push-ups. I did 12. That's a problem.
Bro.
I like that.
I'm
You know what I'm
telling
saying?
Like, he's speaking real
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Like,
Real
I
shit.
like that. I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? And even if you do 15 next time and I do 13 next time and you still won, I like that you saw. Hey, you need to do
better
16.
do- yeah, you
You know
better
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
No,
because
facts.
I'm on the
Come.
way. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Coming. No
Like,
Diddy.
I like that.
I'm sorry, bro. You going crazy. And I just fucked up the vibe. Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Y'all fucking up the vibe. My nigga over here going.
I love that energy, but at the same time, and this is why I try to have grace. I grew up in that energy. I got a big brother
Yeah, yeah.
who is like a year and a half older than me. So he's just enough older than me to have been bigger than me most of our childhood,
Yeah.
right? And stronger than me and faster than me, but also young enough to where it feels like we going head to head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I used to love that, man. Man, I'll never forget the first. We was at my grandma's house on the dining room table. The very first time I beat this dude in an arm wrestle, right? I was like, what? I won? And I had the kind of brother, nah, if I won, I won. He ain't let me win nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? The way he looked at me was so confused. Like,
Like, hold on, this nigga been doing the work.
Yeah.
but like, you know, I get excited about the pain of growth. I get excited about the challenge of getting better.
That's right.
And I also think too, there are there's really two versions of competition.
Yes.
And then there's branches after that. Right? But the first branch of competition is in spaces where it really is you versus someone else.
Yes.
Right? So me and my brother arm wrestling, there's only one winner.
Yeah.
Everybody can't win.
Yep.
Right? Okay. And then there's like competition where it's like, bruh, everybody, we can win. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
like there's no need for me to put you down or like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, there's no need for me to, I mean, with respect, I want to be the best producer I can be.
Right.
But there's no need for me to prove to C Mage or for C Mage to prove to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can both win. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, the closer we move together, the more likely we both win.
Yeah,
That's right.
facts.
Right?
That's right.
You know? And so I feel like over here, people don't like versus because
You're
somebody has to lose. And then there are parts of this world where people don't think anybody should ever lose.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's
I don't
right.
understand them
That's
people.
crazy.
We don't speak the same language.
That's right.
Somebody got to lose. Right? And then there's over here where people just don't know, hey, dog, we're not over here.
Right. Right.
We can win together.
That's right.
Like a community can win. Like,
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
you know what I'm saying? Without losers.
Yeah.
You know? And then, but people still think it's versus,
Yeah.
you know? And all of that gets
Yeah.
confused. And then before you know it, you just build a space called outer space. And you don't
Nah,
want to see
facts.
nobody.
Right. I mean, because I was just gonna speak on like just how we move, man. It's definitely been times where I have some crazy VST man be like, bro, what sound is that? And I let him know because I know he's gonna do something crazy with it. I'm like, I bet you would never finna outdo me with the shit that I put you on with, you know. But it's the same thing. He'll tell me some tips and shit, and I'll do something. He be like,
Yeah, man.
I bet you know. It just keeps us growing, keeps us getting better,
I
man.
think that's a great point. I think a great point, honestly, and I feel like one of the greatest exhibitions of this great point is Ilmond, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Ilmond.
yeah.
Like
Yes.
it's just saying like, I can give you an idea, and you're gonna do something wildly different with the idea. You know what I'm saying? When Ilmond started selling drums,
Yep.
other producers thought he was insane. Why are you selling your drums? Like people are gonna sound like you, yet nobody sounds like
Nobody.
Ilmond.
No.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? Because only Illmind is gonna do with them drums what Illmind would do.
That's right.
You know,
That's it.
and I think once you understand that, internal temp too high.
Oh wow.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Are we what frames per second were we at, man?
Wow.
Hey, look, man, y'all can still hear us. Go 326. We went to audio. We don't give a damn. It's a studio anyway. You know?
Audio podcast.
Hey, you know what it is? We live on this joint, whatever.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Period.
We live on this. Whatever.
Yo, we going all black anyway. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my black folks in the building, man. Look, it's been another episode of Tight Beat live from outer space.
Yes.
My cast is in the building with me. You can't see them. I'm gonna let them tell you who they are one more time.
Yo, what up? LJ1S.
Unique. Period.
You see, Major, and for the first time in my life, I am dark skinned.
Oh my gosh.
Akon in the building.
I feel really good. I feel like a real nigga finally.
Yo.
Thank you.
Finally, it's crazy.
My bad. I just had to get that out.
Daylight.
We got Lucky in the building as well.
Let's
My man
go.
D. Trevon in the
Let's
building.
go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's been another episode. Y'all stay safe, stay dangerous, do both or do neither. Peace.
Hey, shout out to the last comment. They said you must have been getting too real.
Damn, they
out the
cut the light.
lights out.
Yeah, that's
Period.
I
fake.
mean,
Come on.
clearly true. We out. Peace.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit. Here we go again.